then that devil, oh my God, came to me and told me, Larry, you have seen how it is working. Behold, you have a villa in Dubai.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the close of this conversation, and this is our final video. In case it's your first one, please go back to our very first video. We're talking to Larry Liza about his journey from help to I don't know where. We shall find a word for it by the time we're done. But you know, it's just been such a beautiful, beautiful story. We've laughed at his failures, and I'm sorry for laughing, but you're a very, very good orator. And so thank you for being here. So when I think about young people in university right now, when I think about the kind of mental space that they're in, they've come from homes where they haven't seen their parents struggle. Your son is not going to see you struggle, right? He's coming at a place where, you know, he's watching you thrive. You want to go to Seychelles, you just pay. You're in South Africa, you're going to Brussels, you're doing all these different things. He can't even relate with a Larry of 24 years old at all. And so there's no way to teach them in that practical way of, this is why you need to save, right? He's not going to eat the way that you did. So when I want us to do this video for an 18, 19, 20, 21, you know, that post high school, early university student who's wondering, I mean, you know, many questions like, how will I make it? What will, you know, they want to be able to live in Muthaiga like you did, right?
Like I did.
So what would you say to your 18-year-old self?
I would tell him and her, for this matter, a couple of things. One is time and tide waits for no man. So the time to start is now. And if not now, then now. So it's important that you look at yourself and ask yourself, what is in your hand? 2,000 shillings. What am I going to do with these 2,000 shillings? Do I go to a club or do I save it? And you can choose to save it. You can choose to go to a club. And there are many channels of saving now. There are funds that allow you to deposit as little as 100 shillings. I would tell them, every money, pay yourself first. Paying yourself first doesn't mean paying yourself to go eat. Doesn't mean going to the salon. It means secure your future. The other thing is there is generational security. You have a lot of time in front of you, and there is so much you can do between now and then. The problem is we are here today and gone tomorrow. And every day, as said, rises fresh from the hands of God. But we don't know how long we are here. But while we are in this land of the living, it's imperative that you do what you have to do. I would tell them beyond that is be consistent in everything that you do, especially the ones that are related to saving. Ask yourself, what is in your hands? I had what was in my hands was actually my voice, poetry. I have recited poetry since I was aged 4. I know someone else who makes cards with me who started at the age of 10. And these are passive income streams for them. I know a lady in campus who would go and serve as a hairdresser for girls in campus. And the little money that she was putting there, she would save. And now she owns a huge and a big salon somewhere in the country. So the big question is, wherever you are, what is it that you have in your hands and how can you leverage it? Why? Because whatever you do ends up opening opportunities for you beyond your imagination. When I worked at KRA, I always endeavored to give my best at work. At that time, I worked in a port, a dry port in Athi River called Pepe. And when I got there, most of the processes were manual. In fact, entries of containers that were coming, this being customs, imports and exports, were done manually. But I had a background in IT to a large extent, and I asked myself, what is in my hand? I have a background and a knowledge in Excel. I promise you this story is going somewhere. And so I decided to input everything from the hard copy to an Excel worksheet. And then I ended up working backwards 3 years. Every now and then the Commissioner for Customs would request for reports on the status, and we would spend about 3 days working on the reports, digging through the manual systems and so on. But remember, I had digitized and the systems, and so one day the Commissioner asked for a report on the revenue generated, the containers and so on. I had already developed a template on Excel, and in 12 minutes she had the report. And so she asked the boss, Mr. Lichuma, she's called Wamboi Namu, how did you do this? This is so good. Then he said, there is a boy. There is a boy here. Which boy is it? You know, the one who does poetry. You know him. And so she got to realize this other technical bit and skill of mine. And so the reports changed at that time, and it also transformed the reporting of Kenya Revenue Authority, Customs, Docket. Some people may not remember that, but it was because of this that I did with my hands. At some point, Kenya Revenue Authority, and Kenya in particular, hosts an international organization called World Customs Organization that has 185 member countries. But Kenya hosts the Eastern Southern Africa region with 24 countries. At some point, the office had a vacancy for a program officer. And the Commissioner for Customs and the Commissioner General looked through a list that they were given of potential candidates to work as the program officers. And she was given 5 files. So my name happened to be on the 5th file. She liked the 4th. Then as she was putting away the files, she saw my name and she said, oops, this is the poet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the one who recites poems at KRA functions, the one who recites poems everywhere else. And they said, I like him. And the other day I saw a good report from him. Let him go to the World Customs Organization. So for me, the question was, what was in my hand? It was the talent, the ability to speak. And I went to the World Customs Organization. I told myself that I would do my best here. My boss at that time, Christine Msemburi, later would teach me a lot. Honor your boss and leverage your talents as best as possible. So I worked hard, I learned, and under her tutelage, and she managed to develop me further, you know. And at some point, she had to go back to her country after completion of her term. And so the World Customs Organization needed to pick a head for Eastern Southern Africa region. I did not qualify, Rina, because I was in my early 30s and I didn't have the 20 or so experience needed. But Kenya remembered that I had always worked hard, and every country was required to nominate one person. Yeah. So the then commissioner and the Commissioner General said, Larry has been working in that office. Let us nominate him. So different countries applied, but when other countries learned that I was Kenya's candidate, they said, no, we like him. We actually love him. He works so hard as a program officer, and during entertainment, he recites poems for us, even in the region. And so we went for interviews with other countries, and Kenya Revenue Authority supported me through the process. I was the unlikeliest of all candidates, but when I landed back home, I received the call that I had been appointed the director of the World Customs Organization, overseeing 24 countries in East and Southern Africa. And I continued to work. I didn't do 1 term, as many have done. I didn't even do 2 terms. I was given an unprecedented 3 terms. So for me, the issue is, as an 18-year-old, or irrespective of where you are, You may not have all the time, but everything you do with the time in your hand is important. If you can leverage your talent for passive income or for investment multiplication, then within a little while you will go places. Ensure that you have delayed the gratification, because a time will come. You will continue leaving marks of excellence in everything that you do, but a time will come when you will have it all, as long as you uphold the tenets that are required of us in relation to humanity.
Oh my gosh. It's for dropping the mic.
Thank you.
Time and tide waits for no man.
For no man.
Pay yourself first. The third one was what is in your hand.
What is in your hand, use it.
Use it.
Yeah. Be disciplined
and diligent. No, to consistency. Consistency was your fourth one. And then work with diligence. Whatever your hand finds to do, work with diligence, because you work really hard.
There is no job, Rina, that whether you are a cobbler or a CEO, do your bit, you will make a huge difference, not just to your life, but in the life of the world.
There's somewhere else I want to go. I'm sorry, I said it was the last thing. But every year, on the first Saturday of every year, of February, I get an invitation from you to launch a book. But it's not just about the book. You give a lot. You have supported so many people. I come there, I've sat and I've just asked myself, how are you doing this? And you don't charge. It's a free event. You add value to people's lives and you give a lot. Tell us about, what is this thing about?
It's important to give back to the society. And my mom, irrespective of what we had, the little that we had, we always stayed with relatives somehow and shared the little. So it was always in my dream and desire to give back to the society. And one of the first people that I identified is a musician that I've loved since childhood and that my mother loved as well, called Mary Atieno. Mary Atieno sang Adamu na Eva walitenda dhambi asili. And as I was launching a book, I felt God press upon my heart to give back to the society, and myself and a group of friends identified her as someone we wanted to celebrate as a legend. And so we have this dream and desire to get her a house, and so that birthed the Umbrella Project, which later birthed an event called Tuseme Asante. So every year we look back as a group of friends and come back to say thank you to people who have made an impact in the life of Kenyans across the socio-eco-political sphere and spectrum. And so we identify a number of people, whether in law, in politics, in faith, and in finances, and so on, where we bring them together. So Kenyans vote for them and nominate those who have created an impact in sports, like we've hosted Eliud Kipchoge, Ferdinand Omanyala, to say thank you. And the reason we do not charge is most of the times when these people are being awarded, they are awarded in international stage. At the international stage, they are awarded at State House, they are awarded at places where the common Kenyan cannot go. And if you were to put an entry fee, then you will literally lock out the Mama Mboga who loves hearing Sarah Kay's songs and wants to sing. You literally lock out the intern who works in a financial firm who loves Rina Karina and has an opportunity finally to see her ana kwa ana. And so this particular event is expensive. It costs a lot, but my friends raise the money. I normally just say, hey, people, we have Tuseme Asante. And people send 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 200,000. So the aim of the Umbrella Project, or Tuseme Asante, is to come back and reflect as the people of Kenya, to look through the year that has gone by, because this is 1st February, those who have left indelible marks in the hearts of Kenyans across the social spectrum. so that we come back to give them their flowers while they are still in this land of the living. And the events normally draw over 2,000 people. You have seen that.
Yeah.
And we are online as well. I also use these opportunities to launch books. Every year, for the last 7 years, I have launched a book. So every year, I usually release a book, either a motivational book and so on, that are then sold in the market to inspire hope in hopelessness, to remind people that irrespective of their background, they can rise from the ashes and fly in the clouds.
Well done.
Thank you.
Did you build Maria Teno house?
We are still in the process. We are still looking for donors.
How can we help?
By reaching out. We are looking for land or a house that is already built. We know she desires to be in Nairobi. In particular, she has lived most of her life in Buruburu Girls. She's a teacher of CRE.
Still?
At Buruburu Girls, but she's retiring in 2026,
Okay.
mid. So by mid 2026, we must have a house for Mary. So we have been trying to save money here and there. We are not there yet to buy land. And if we do not buy land to get a house, buy land and build, or buy a house that will fit her needs. She's still very strong, and when she retires, she hopes to continue singing for the next 30 years. So I'm calling upon anyone who wishes to partner with us in this regard to reach out to me or to you.
You'll give us the details and
Yes,
we'll put
please.
it on the comment section for this. So now tell us about these books. Where can you have so many books? By the way,
Yes.
I wouldn't even go because there are many. Some of which I have in my house. Some like these ones I don't have. I think these are new
these
ones.
are the new ones.
I wanted to ask, where can we find copies of these books? But he writes so well, like for real. You're a gifted author.
Thank you. Most of my books are sold in stores in Nairobi. The one that has really partnered with me over time is Textbook Center. All their branches literally stock all my books and the other things I do as bookmarks and cards. And at the same time, my books are also sold on Amazon. Okay. It might interest you, Rina, to know when I did the book, it was really, there are people from the diaspora who really wanted my books, and it's definitely expensive sending a book, say, to Serbia or to Russia or even to the US. So I managed to put them up on Amazon. And one of those books, called There Has Never Been Anything False About Hope, in the first month was positioned 571 on Amazon. For real? Yeah, that for someone who may not know may wonder, that's too much. But when you realize that it is out of 30 million books, amazing. Then you are selling among the top 1%.
It's actually a very well-written book. And I think I might have a copy for everyone here because I bought, remember I bought 10?
You bought many. Yes, I bought. Incidentally, I've just done a book that I'm yet to release called Unfolding Me, the one you are holding. It's a ladies' journal. It was in honor of the many women who have inspired my life. There are a lot of people. You remember I told you of my sister who at some point later died, my mom, my aunties, and many other women who have inspired me. But this particular journal is a ladies' journal just to help them through the journey of life in relation to their finances, in relation to their family, in relation to their faith, in relation to their future, forgiveness, and even friendships.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for that summary of what you would advise, and I thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
In case you've watched this and you're wondering, okay, where do I start? I am not 19, I am 45, or I am 50, or I am 20, Where do I begin? There's numbers on the screen. Just send a WhatsApp message to that number on the screen, or send us an email on the details on the screen, and there is help on the other side. So just reach out and we shall assist you in getting your investment journey started. Larry, I'm so proud of you.
Rina.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
I'm grateful that you made it happen, and I'm grateful that this journey started because you opened your doors and let me come in, and I've never looked back.
And full of God's grace and favor upon you, I tell you. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day wherever it is that you are, and please share these videos. Watch them again and again and again, and do something. Don't just watch. Make sure you take some action and decide what that is. God bless you.